Hi, welcome back to Herbal Bones Pharmacy. My name is Dr. Tamitha Davis. Today we are going to be talking about aging placentas and what I am doing to help prevent some of the statistics for older women in pregnancy, aka geriatric pregnancy or advanced age pregnancies. But before we begin, if you're interested in herbal remedies and health and healing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and let's get into our topic. All right, so if you see my other videos, you know that this is my first pregnancy. I am 43 years old, and this was an unexpected pregnancy. I was not trying to get pregnant, but it happened, and going to my doctor, my OB, she had put me under the category of advanced age pregnancy or advanced something pregnancy. It used to be called geriatric pregnancy. I'm like, I'm not 80, but I am in that category, so over 35 is considered advanced age pregnancy, and you can have more risk and stuff involved, more statistics of having issues with your pregnancy or difficulties. And so being over 40, I have some extra ones that some women over the age of 35 does not have. Let me move my cat. So some of the added risk to, and this could be for any pregnancy really, but that you're more susceptible of getting over the age of 35 is preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, miscarriages increases before like 12 weeks, or also into your second and third trimester, increases of stillborns, things like that. Over the age of 40, your placenta apparently ages 2 weeks faster than a normal pregnancy, but it still can happen even if you're in your 20s. And I'm going to talk today about the causes of that and things that I am doing to help prevent gestational diabetes and the preeclampsia and trying to have a healthier pregnancy, a normal pregnancy that typical women under the age of 35 should have. So technically today is my due date, April 24th. Baby is still growing inside of me. Everything has been going pretty good so far. I have had a few issues with just hormones and sciatic pain, lower pelvic pain, round ligament pain, sleeplessness, getting up several times in the middle of the night to go urinate, hormone mood swings and things like that, which is one of those things that just comes along with pregnancy. But I just want to talk to you guys about what I am doing to help decrease my chances of having preeclampsia and aging placenta and gestational diabetes and other things that can be associated with advanced age pregnancies. So going into my pregnancy, I was not taking any medications for hypertension or diabetes, type 2 diabetes or type 1. I do not have those issues. And going into my pregnancy, I was very mindful that I do have the increased chances of having those things come on my body. So I took extra precautions in trying to prevent those. So I do have a blood pressure cuff. I check my blood pressure in the morning. I check my blood pressure in the evening. I also wore one of the Freestyle Libres to help monitor my blood sugars, and eating healthy. And that's what I promote on my channel, eating mostly plant-based foods. And that's what I've been doing. I've been making smoothies. I do organic. I do very, very limited amounts of processed foods. If I am out all day and I'm hungry, I will stop somewhere and get something, that we shouldn't be eating. But, when you're pregnant, you need to be eating to help keep your calories up. And really, when you're pregnant, in your first trimester, you really don't need to increase your calories. Your second trimester, I think, is just an extra 300 calories. And then your third trimester is maybe an extra 400 calories altogether. So we're not really eating for two. So I just keeping that in mind and keeping my, the weight gain at a minimum. I think so far, since I'm 40 weeks today, I think so far during my whole entire pregnancy, I've gained 7.5 pounds. I do make sure that I take a whole foods, prenatal supplement. I do a lot of leafy greens. That's where you're going to get your folate at. My doctor did say I need to be taking folic acid. I don't like taking synthetic vitamins and and supplements. So I try to find all my stuff from whole foods, and you can get enough folic acid, your folate, from eating leafy greens. And I do take a prenatal vitamin that has that in there. My prenatal vitamin is made all from organic plants. I also take, it's called Floridex for my iron. It's iron and herbs, so it has different herbs in there that can help with the absorption of iron. And I take choline, and then I make sure the omega-3s that I'm getting is from a plant source. I was taking one from fish oil, and it was just a horrific experience. It made me nauseated, and you have to be very, very careful with those because they can start to oxidize and stuff, and then they just can go rancid, and you definitely don't want to be putting that into your body. So every day I make sure that I'm getting either flaxseed, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, there's hemp seeds, and typically if you're not pregnant, you can do like 2 tablespoons of any variety of those. But because I'm growing my baby and I want him to have healthy body and nervous system and stuff, so I do like triple that. So I take like 1/4 of a cup of a variety of those. Sometimes I'll eat more. I just really make sure that I'm getting, like if I make my smoothie, I'll put like 3 or 4 tablespoons of that in there. And then what if I have like a salad or soup or something, I'll sprinkle another couple tablespoons on, just making sure I get those. I also eat a lot of healthy fats. Walnuts is really good. I eat avocados. Avocado, if you cut it in half and it's got the little pit sticking out, it looks like a little pregnant belly. So avocados, that's nature's way of telling you. Avocados are excellent for pregnant women. I also eat a lot of organic fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables, apples. I make my own almond butter. I do, for my selenium, I get the Brazil nuts. Oh my gosh, my cat. I did download an audiobook. It's called Real Food for Pregnancy. I think her last name is Nichols. I can't remember her first name. But if you just type in Real Food for Pregnancy, and I think, yeah, the last name should be Nichols, you should be able to find it. She does talk about eating different types of meat, but she also goes into what we need to have a healthy baby. She talks about the choline. She talks about eating the Brazil nuts and getting your folic acid and stuff like that. And so I've been really making sure that I do those things. I take magnesium before bed because I do get Charlie horses in my legs, which suck so bad. Oh my gosh. I was like, I am taking magnesium, and sometimes even when I take magnesium, I still get the Charlie horses in my calves, and my calves will be so sore. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? I'm taking magnesium, but none of this is helping. Staying hydrated is very, very important. I'm not sure how many ounces this is. It's like 30 something. Anyway, I try to aim for 3 of these a day. It's pretty big, as you can tell. This really helps with cramps. It really helps with flushing out your system. You want to make sure baby is in clean fluids. You know, he's peeing and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and he's drinking it, and he pees it back out, and he drinks and pees it back out. And it's really important that we start flushing our bodies, keeping the toxins out and everything. Making sure that we eat small meals throughout the day. I notice when baby, he's sitting up high, I can only just eat small amounts because I feel like I'm bloated. Heartburn from Hades. Oh my gosh. Baby better come out with a head full of hair. He needs to look like Cousin It to make all this heartburn worthwhile. The heartburn is just been crazy. So I do drink an herbal tea that has lavender, it has chamomile, it has marshmallow root in it. It helps some. There's sometimes I will, I'm not against all pharmaceuticals. I try to steer away from them as much as possible, but there's some times where it feels like I'm swallowing glass, and I will take a Tums. I know that they're not good for us. I don't want to take a PPI, proton pump inhibitor, that the doctor was recommending that I take. So I just kind of make sure I'm drinking that tea every day for acid reflux. It really helps. And watching what I'm eating, because there's certain foods that will set it off more, like citrus, and there's tomatoes, things like that. Don't do anything hot and spicy. Oh my good Lord. Not that I like a whole lot of hot and spicy, but even bell peppers sometimes will just set off a lot of acid reflux. I sleep somewhat inclined. I have a pregnancy pillow. It's like a big, huge U shape. So I do sleep with that to help with incline. Now, once you get past, I think it's like 25 weeks, you want to make sure you're sleeping either on your right or your left. They had suggested I sleep on my left side, but I have nightmares. I've been doing some research on that one. Why do you get nightmares when you lay on your left side? So I do lay mostly on my right side with the pillows propped up underneath my belly to help support it. And that helps with the acid reflux. And I do take, like I said, probably Tums maybe once or twice a week. And I try to limit how many I take in. I have a set limit, okay, no more than like 3 a week. And it's been helping. It's been manageable and it's not been too bad. Also been drinking my pregnancy tea. I did a video, which I'll link down below, how I make my pregnancy tea. And with each trimester, I increased my red raspberry leaf. Red raspberry leaf helps to tone up your uterus. I drink 1 of these a day with my red raspberry leaf with the other combination. Again, the video I'll have linked down below. And so when you go into labor, you know, your uterus is a muscle and it's not going to make this is what I've read. It shouldn't make your contractions feel worse or hard. It's just supposed to make it more effective. You know, you tone up your body, your muscles and stuff. So I've been having a lot of Braxton Hicks, which is preparing my body and stuff. So it's working those muscles and everything. They should not be painful. Mine has not been painful. It just gets like tight and it eases up. It gets tight and eases up. So I've been having a lot of that, and I've been actually having those a little bit more frequent lately, which means that they should start turning into some real contractions and get baby moving in the right direction. But the red raspberry leaf has been a blessing so far. And another thing I've been doing is 6 dates a day. I get the medjool dates and I put those in my smoothie, or I just munch them. I mean, they're pretty good, and that's going to help with the dilation of your cervix. It also helps with excessive bleeding after baby is here. It has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it for baby, and so doesn't the red raspberry leaf. It has a lot of minerals and stuff for a baby, and also helping with when you go into labor to make it a little bit more effective. I bought a big, huge ball that you've probably seen in the gym where people do different yoga exercises, stretching, things like that. So I bought that. So I've been doing a lot of hip movements with that and bouncing. I lean over it to help get my some pressure off my back. Just let the baby just kind of hang forward a little bit. And that's what I plan on using when I actually go into labor, to help keep the baby down in the pelvis so that he's heading in the right direction. He has been kind of hanging out down low. There's some days where I'm waddling like a duck really, really bad because I can feel him putting pressure on everything. It feels like my vagina is wrong side out and my butthole is wrong side out. I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot of pressure. I've had some issues with some hemorrhoids, but I do have an herbal cream that I've been putting on there, and I may link that. It's from Amazon. I'll link that down below if you're having some hemorrhoid problems. It's been really awesome. I also use witch hazel to help with any swelling, itchiness down there. And so the hemorrhoids have been a lot better. I do take evening primrose oil. I take, I think it's 1,300 milligrams in the morning. And there's some women who actually insert one into their vagina to help with that in there. I have found that the little coating that it's encapsulated in is really, really sticky, and you have to fish it out. And I'm just, yeah, I'm not, that is not something I'm going to continue. I may cut one and squeeze it out, and you can do like a perineum massage with it to help stretching things out. But I haven't done a whole lot of research on that one. I just take it orally and just keeping my fingers crossed that everything will just go nice and smoothly. I do go to the chiropractor once a week. I went to acupuncture a couple days a week, and I do a massage every 2 weeks, and I found that has been very, very helpful, especially with sciatic pain, my back pain, things like that. It helps me to sleep better. It helps keep my body in alignment. So if you're considering doing that, I would recommend that you guys check into those. staying active and moving around. I go for walks, I do my yoga, I do my stretches, things like that. I don't overdo it. If you can find a place to go swimming, swimming probably be a really great option for you to do. There's no place around me that's real close. I don't like to travel too far away by myself just in case something happens and I'm like in labor and I'm driving down the freeway. That would not be a good combination. So I typically make sure I have somebody with me if I'm going to doctor's appointments. If I'm just here in town, I go by myself because I'm not too far away from home. I mean, yeah, it could happen. My water could break, when I'm like 2 miles away from home. But, I'm not as worried about that as if I'm like 45 minutes from home and the hospital is an hour in the other direction. So I typically just try to not travel too far. I try to stay active and walking around like the neighborhood. I don't go, like I said, I don't go too far away from home, or I have a friend with me that goes for a walk. But moving our body is very important. Getting out and getting some fresh air, getting some sunshine. It's springtime. We need our vitamin D. I was, during the wintertime, taking a natural vitamin D supplement that's made from the lichen plant, the usnea plant. And I was taking K2 supplement with that. Make sure you're taking a plant-based one or a whole food one. You don't want to be taking synthetic. And yeah, I think that's it for supplement wise and everything else. So let's go ahead and dive into the aging placenta. So when your placenta is aging, it starts to die off, and it starts to happen typically in a normal pregnancy around 36 weeks. And sometimes it can age more rapidly in older women, especially over the age of 40. Or if you have, I know there's a lady who was in her 20s and hers started aging and she had to have a delivery at her 36 weeks. And some of the things that can cause this to happen is if you already went into your pregnancy with diabetes, or you developed gestational diabetes, if you have hypertension going into the pregnancy, or you have a higher risk of developing preeclampsia, or if you have any sort of addiction of any kind, like alcohol, and you just stop it all of a sudden, your liver's not functioning properly, so poor liver function. Or if you have a high amount of stress in your life. My mother added so much stress to me during this pregnancy. Oh my gosh, if there's one thing I could change, would be that I would dump my mother on somebody else during this pregnancy. If I found out when I was pregnant, just dumping her, because she has caused a lot of stress. I'm not going to go into that personal stuff, but yeah, if you can eliminate as much stress as possible, that would be awesome. Also, if you are taking any sort of medications for depression, anxiety, what else? Just for high cholesterol, these things can increase the oxidative stress on, or add oxidative stress on your placenta and cause it to age much faster. So by doing some of the stuff that I've been doing, and being eating healthy is extremely, extremely important. Staying hydrated is extremely, extremely important. Limiting your sugar. If you're eating lots and lots of sugar, processed foods, processed grains, that can increase your chances of your placenta aging faster. And when your placenta ages faster, it starts to detach. It stops sending nutrients to your body. Oh my God, my cat. Or if you have a crazy cat that keeps jumping up into the video, she's been kind of clingy here the last couple weeks. Like, she'll come over and like knead the baby. But yeah, it's my husband's cat. I love her dearly, but I get allergies from cats, and she's got like a hair fallout issue going on right now because my daughter decided to get a cat a year ago or so. And yeah, and now she's just always wanting to be up around me and it drives me bonkers. So, stress. Some other things, if you're a smoker, that can definitely age your placenta. So eliminating the stresses, eliminating things from your diet can help to decrease the chances of your placenta aging faster. Now, when your placenta starts to age faster, It's not sending nutrients to your baby, and it could be either preterm birth, or you can have pre-contractions. Just a lot of other things can happen to your baby's development, with any brain development, organ development, things like that, because it's not getting the right nutrients in, because it's starting to actually pull away from your the uterus, so it's not getting all the nutrients to the baby. The baby will start to move less. So I've been watching, monitoring, making sure baby is moving. Typically they say 10 times in a 2-hour period. I've been keeping notes of when baby is sleeping and when he's the most active. And I do go, because I am older, I do go to my doctor twice a week to have a non-stress test, where they just put 2 little monitors. One monitors for contractions, the other one monitors the baby's movements and heart rate, and they see, you know, how long it takes for baby to calm down. And this is just something typical that they do. They may, some women just do it once a week for some reason, because I think because I'm over 40, they want to do it twice a week. And then once a week now I am seeing my OB, and she had talked about inducing me. That's not something I really want to do, because that's a whole nother topic we'll probably talk about on another video. The reason why I don't want to do inductions, I really want my body, just because my body's been doing what it needs to do so far, and I'm just keeping my trust and faith in God and my body that it will get baby out when it needs to. But yeah, so it can be dangerous to your baby's development and your baby's health if your placenta is aging and starting to pull away from your uterus and not providing your baby with the proper nutrients. And the things that I'm doing to prevent that, or to help lessen that, is by doing all the things that I have been talking about so far. All right, well, I think I've covered just about everything. My little guy is down here squirming. I do have quite a little belly going on. I'm definitely excited to meet the little guy. I know I've never wanted kids or had desire to get pregnant or anything. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, but you know, God has bigger plans, and he is such a blessing, and I love feeling him move. And I'm just very, very excited to finally get to meet him. Hopefully very, very soon, like today. But I will keep you guys posted, updated, all that stuff. So hopefully my next video that I make will have him in it, and that way you guys can see if he has all the hair that, you know, is supposed to come with women who have heartburn during pregnancy. That's like my main thing. I really hope that he also has like my eye color or something. My husband, you know, he's black, and yeah, and black genes dominate over white genes. So although there has been the black woman and then the white guy, and the baby turns out pretty light, so maybe it's just the male genes that can sometimes dominate. But I'm hoping he at least has lots of hair and my green eyes. He could be dark, he could be tall, dark, and handsome with green eyes. But anyway, all right, I'm rambling. I will see you guys in the next video, and yeah, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my website. I do have some teas on there. Everything's free shipping, herbalbuddiespharmacy.com, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.